it's time we sat down and had a little chat. Now, I'm a good citizen, much like yourself. I work hard, pay my taxes, and like to relax with the cold natural lights on a hot summer day as much as any of you out there. But something has come to threaten our way of life. Murderers, criminals, liberals. Right now, there's legislation in action that would put convicted rapists out on the street with no threat of capital punishment, out to roam our once safe neighborhoods with violence and debauchery. These fiends know no rules, no fear, and they will sexually assault any victims in their path. Others would argue for humane treatment, sticking these troglodytes in federal prison with your tax dollars, instead of killing them where they stand like they deserve. You'll hear those liberal-minded carpetbaggers meddling about, trying to spread the idea of the sanctity of human life. Well, whose life is sacred when these cannibals and hyenas start raping everything within their reach? It's a well-known fact we didn't have to pay for their depraved and decadent way of life. We'd all be able to afford another slice of apple pie. We didn't have to pay for their leisure. We could finally realize our dream of a better, greater America. Why should sadistic madmen live in luxury while you can toil, you ask? Moral insufficiency. Fear not, America. This madness ends right here, right now. If I'm elected, when I am elected, this chaos will be over. Gone will be the pedophiles preying on your children and the neophytes lurking to sodomize your daughters. No more will kleptomaniacs grasp at your hard-earned money, seeking to spend it all in one shot on hookers and child prostitutes. The booze hounds and heroin addicts will finally be put down, no longer free to violate every orifice they can find, waving their mutated phalluses wherever they please, spraying their evil seed on random passerbys. Only then can we walk tall, with a glint in our eye and the knowledge that we are working for peace. Only then can we live our lives free from fear and insecurity. Turn back to God. Turn back to America.
Matthew Mock caters to criminals, not to America. Matthew Mock wants to let murderers get away with their crimes. Matthew Mock wants to put murderers and rapists in timeout instead of ending their evil lives.
Matthew Mock thinks we should be more like the French, and the last time I checked, I went to McDonald's and ate freedom fries, not French fries. In short, Matthew Mock is a wimp. Vote for a real man. Vote Robert Lamb. The death penalty, the final solution for criminals.
My fellow Americans, as you know, I respect the lives of everyone, including my enemies, and I want it known that my current opponent is no exception. I respect his position and achievements in public service, but highest of all, I respect his life. I respect his life, even when he does not respect the lives of his fellow man. My opponent is one of our nation's strongest defenders of the death penalty, and though I believe his beliefs are genuine, his reasoning is tragically misguided. He associates applying the death penalty with a stronger America, supporting capital punishment as a means of protecting the liberty of the average citizen. When you look at the facts, however, you will see that nearly no other free nation in the Western world still utilizes the expired system of the death penalty. In fact, the only countries who execute more criminals than the United States are China, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. And we lead countries like Pakistan, Iraq, and Vietnam. So I ask my opponent, where would you rather America be? In league with Middle Eastern dictatorships and communist regimes, or the powerful, free world? Maybe my opponent would like America to live in fear as he does, so he says he supports the death penalty to deter crime. But why then do 88% of current and former presidents of leading academic and criminologist societies refuse the notion that capital punishment deters crime? On top of all this, my opponent wishes to keep the death penalty so your tax dollars do not go to waste keeping criminals in prison. It's too bad no one told him that a simple Google search could have brought into scholarly research from Duke University showing that sentencing a criminal to death costs the state 3 times as much as placing the same criminal in maximum security prison for 40 years. I suppose my opponent might next recommend just shooting a criminal as soon as they receive a death penalty to avoid costly legal battles. And why not? Perhaps he should ask the 139 men in the past 37 years that have been found innocent after receiving a death sentence. Why not? Pro-America. Pro-liberty, anti-death penalty.
How would you like to be placed on a list behind China, Iran, and Saudi Arabia, in front of Pakistan, Iraq, and Vietnam? You already are. What is this a list of? The number of confirmed executions in 2008, and the United States of America is sitting right in the middle. Robert Lamb may profess ideals of freedom and liberty, but in support of the death penalty, he places us in the same boat as oppressive dictatorships and terrorists. Pro-death penalty? Pro-death to liberty. Vote Matthew Mock this November.